Screw you, Nate. We went live when you put that post up, you put that comment up. So, what's going on, guys? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another edition of the Young Guns podcast. This is episode 98. We are 2 episodes away from 100.
We are. I didn't
We
even
are
peep. I
two,
think I've been
dude.
labeling my Young Guns podcast episodes wrong. I got to go
You
back and
did, you
relabel.
did, because I think it was only the last one you labeled wrong. It's just
Okay, was it
the last one.
the last
Yeah.
one I have labeled as 96?
96.
Let
Yeah,
me
and
change
then
that to 97.
yeah, so you had it there, and I made sure that it was, and it confused me too because I went to look at yours. I'm like, wait, I thought I had 96, but it's all right. It's
Yeah.
all good. So yeah, we in this. Welcome in everybody. Sober Party says, "See you when you go live." I hope you're here now. Sober Party. Cletus in the building. Nate in the building. What's up, guys? Listen, man, got a lot to talk about. There should be a lot to talk about. Abrar, what's going on? My boys, you my boy Abrar. Should be a lot to talk about. The Giants play tomorrow. The Giants play tomorrow. Now, I'm extremely excited for the Giants to play, but I'm not ready to be disappointed. So hopefully they don't. Yeah. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, like the camp fight. I don't even know if we really want to get into that because it wasn't too much of anything. We can talk about the camp
Yeah.
fight. We'll get into the preview of the Giants game. You know, Daboll was talking about it quite a lot that we may see a lot of the starters. Now, I assume the first one, I don't know if he was talking about the starters like playing like within the whole preseason, or like is he just talking about this game? Because I don't know if they're going to start
I
for
want
a
to say he
quarter.
was talking specifically about the first preseason game. Don't call me on
Okay.
it, but I would lean towards him talking specifically about this game here tomorrow. And even within that, I'd be surprised if we see more than a quarter. But I'm glad that we're seeing them at all because it's not the Joe Judge route that happened last year.
Right. Zach Bruce says, I'm excited for Giants football. Can't lie. Zach, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Zach Bruce a Colts fan? Aren't you a Colts fan, man? But I appreciate that, man. I like that. I like that. Bro says, finally some, same bro excited. Yeah, man. All right, so like we talked about Brian Daboll, and he's talking about the starters and things like that. I mean, what are you looking forward to in this preseason game? I mean, there are a couple of players that are not going to be participating in this game. It's actually a bigger list than I thought it was going to be.
Can you read it out? Because I didn't know
Yeah,
there was
let
one.
me
Go
let me
ahead.
pull it up right now. Art Stapleton pulled up a list here. I don't know if this is confirmed, but this is going from, I guess, the sources that he's with. He said, let me see here. Man, he tweets a lot. A lot of retweets going on. Come on. All right. So he says Giants not expected to play Matt Breida, David Sills, Ricky Seals-Jones. Obviously, Ricky Seals-Jones has been injured for a while, but David Sills is an interesting one because I wanted to see him play. Carter Coughlin and Rodarius Williams might add Austin Prohl to that list after today. And then he said also Josh Azudu is questionable. So there goes another hit to our.
I was gonna say a couple of those
linemen.
names not surprising. There's because a couple of them are injuries. We haven't
Right.
seen Ricky Seals-Jones participate in
Right.
any of the 9 or 10 training camp days that we've had, and I must have missed it, and so must the majority of the fan base missed it because I didn't see when they announced his injury. It's just sort of everybody assumed he got injured because there's no other reason he would have been missing for once again 9 to 10 practices, right? Whatever the case may be. Matt Breida as well. Another one that I don't think I've seen at all for the entirety of training camp, and it's the same thing. I don't think the Giants announced him as an injury.
They
which is
never
weird.
talked about it. They never talked about it.
They never
That's why I
mentioned it. So
said
those
it's
are
a
two players
bigger
right there.
list. That's why I said it's a bigger list than I expected because I was going into this preseason game saying, man, we don't have a lot of injuries. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I haven't seen Matt Breida out there. Wait, I haven't seen Ricky Seals-Jones out there. You know, a couple of these guys. David's so surprising because he's actually been a part of these
I'm gonna guess he
practices.
probably tweaked something, or
Yeah.
maybe they actually have what they view as a lot of wide receiver depth, and he just ends up being the odd man out. Austin Prohl makes a lot of sense because I was at the practice. This was just this past Tuesday. Literally, that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. I was at that practice where that man got injured. It was unfortunate. They were just doing wide receivers drills. He caught the ball. He held on to the ball. He landed, and it seemed like he tweaked something in his calf. On the less serious side, if it's more serious, obviously we all know that could come up to one of the many CLs, injuries and tears. But
Yeah.
he was at least limping. sort of walking off the field. Also, technically, no official announcement on what that injury was as well.
Okay. All right. Speaking of that, you said you went to training camp yesterday. Speak a little bit on that about your what you saw over there.
Training camp yesterday, yeah. A shout out to Alex from Big Blue in the Bronx because he was who I went with. Now both Tuesdays, this Tuesday and last Tuesday,
Cool.
he hooked me up with the quote unquote tickets. I say quote unquote because training camp is free for everybody to go, but in order to claim a spot, you guys know how it works. You got to claim a ticket. I was at work when they released the ticket, so obviously I couldn't do it. Alex secured 2 tickets for me, bro.
That's
One
cool,
last
man.
Tuesday, one this Tuesday.
cool.
He's a real bro. They had a very, very calm day yesterday, extremely light. And I was surprised at first because I have yet to see an actual padded practice by the Giants. I'm kind of sad.
Ah, damn.
So I was expecting padded going in, did not get it. Why does it make sense? Because just the day before, they had, of course, what exploded. The big training camp fight was just that Monday, the previous day. And there was an injury that happened. I can't remember if it was because of the training camp fight or an injury that happened, like, just at another time. I want to say it was the other North Carolina lineman, not Josh Judu, one of my favorite picks from this draft. It was Marcus McKeithen that got injured on Monday. So you got 2 things: a training camp fight, somebody getting injured, and then also they're ramping down yesterday for having a light practice in order to ramp up today and tomorrow to prepare for the preseason game. We've seen how Brian Daboll operates, how different it is from Joe Judge. We've heard it from Xavier McKinney, our star safety. When Xavier straight up said, Joe Judge didn't pay attention to the players. He didn't pay attention to when their energy levels were down, when they needed a rest day, but Brian Daboll does. So he obviously observed and saw that the players needed a little bit of a rest before he's going to put them through the ringer these 2 days for the first preseason game, right? Because at this time of the year is probably one of the most toughest because it's when every single, like 90% of the people on the team are trying to make the roster in the first place. So extremely light practice, no type of pads. Briefly saw 11. I can't even remember if we saw 11 on 11, honestly. If it was very, very quick. Like, it was snappy. The first team was getting in. They did a couple of throws. They got right out. The second team got in. They did a couple throws. They got right out. It was rotating so quickly, almost like I was watching a military drill. And they didn't really call any sacks once again because, they're not going too hard. Really a focus on the passing game, which also I noticed in my other Tuesday practice as well. Obviously, I can't say that for the entirety of training camp, but this time they were focusing on the passing game. DJ, for whatever reason you guys want to say, whether it was a scripted practice, which does exist. Sometimes the head coach will tell the quarterback, throw to this guy no matter what, because we want to see how this cornerback reacts. For whether it was that or just a bad read or whatever, he had a very up and down day. I think he ended the day with like 2 or 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. But like I said, sometimes these practices are scripted that way, where the QB coach, the offensive coordinator, and the head coach, they're all trying to see how the defense is going to do in certain situations.
Right. And that's a good point that you made up too. Like, if we could kind of like expand on that a little bit. And now let me quickly get the super chat before we continue on, before I lose it. Tudo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Tudo, man, I appreciate all the support you're on. He's literally if Mike Nixon's in here, man, Mike, he's gonna claim your spot. He's always the first to comment. Tudo's always the first to comment on my newest videos all the time. And Mike Nixon, you had that spot for years. I don't know, he's slacking a little bit. Maybe Mike's busy out there. But appreciate Tudo for the $5 super chat. And massive salute, Kid Blue and Kush, and all Giants Nation fans. Dropped by to pay our proper respect and slap all stinky boys, losers out of the door hard and fast.
I don't know about that last part.
Yo.
Hold up. What you mean by that, Tudo?
Yo.
But shout out to Tudo, man. He's great on my channel as well. And I see him in literally every single Giants channel. That man is a huge fan. Support all the way from Italy, man.
Yes, sir. Zach Bruce, let me get to your. He said, yes, sir. He is a Colts fan. He said, always like the Giants because Eli Manning, though. That's awesome to see Eli Manning gaining people from other fan bases. Love some players on the Giants as well. 2022 draft class, Danny Dimes, Saquon KT. Appreciate that, Zach Bruce. And he's been sticking around for a long time. Like, I think when I was streaming like playoff games or something like that, he's been around. And just stuck around. So I appreciate it, man.
I hope I answered your question there, because his next question was, how did Daniel do? Like I said, listen, from the outside looking in, just looking at the stats, it was actually pretty bad. Being there in the practice, I was like, it's up and down. He had some good throws, he had some bad throws, and like I said, they weren't calling sacks. A lot of these throws throughout every single practice are not even happening if they're playing full speed and they're calling sacks. So take that as you will, whether that's Daniel staying in the pocket too long, whether that's the offensive line being bad or once again on Daniel, him taking too long to read through the offense and defense, which we know has been a thing for him sometimes. Sometimes he could take just a little extra second that he shouldn't be taking at this point in his career, reading the offenses and defenses. But remember what I said earlier, we know head coaches in the NFL can script plays and script practices sometimes where it's like they have to go to a certain receiver, and so that ends up getting picked because that's just what was supposed to be simulated. You know what I'm saying? Not sometimes, you have to practice for the defense as well. If you got, like, for example, if there was ever such thing as a perfect quarterback, that defense is never going to get any type of confidence in themselves because the perfect quarterback is always getting the better of them. You know what I mean?
Right. I think I froze a little bit. Am I good?
You're good.
Okay, good. I froze a little bit, but yeah, I completely understand what you're saying there. And then with Daniel Jones too, and we talked about practice and scripting plays and stuff like that. Like I can't emphasize it enough where it doesn't sound like stupid and obvious for me to say. It's practice. Like him throwing interceptions, and I'm sure they do keep track of those things, but they keep track of it as more of a lesson more than a display of Daniel Jones's play, or even anybody's play for that matter. Forget about just Daniel Jones, anybody. They script plays all the time to see how each other side of the ball is going to react. So in that case, Daniel Jones may be told to throw a certain throw and just test it, see what you can get away with, and test all the waters. So because when you get into game time, you're not going to know if you're going to be able to make a certain throw if you haven't thrown it in practice before. So that's what I'll say to like defend Daniel Jones. I'm not right now the biggest defender of Daniel Jones, but I will say there are a lot of things that he gets called out for, which I don't think is I don't think is fair to Daniel Jones, especially.
Also, shout out to our boy actually, but I know I talk with Ash a lot more. Shout out to Ash, bro, from the Get Back. That man posted one single video.
This man went
3
viral.
words. I'm sorry. He went absolutely viral. He has like I think 20,000 likes on it now. Yeah. Over 10 million views.
Mainstream places
got
are
mainstream people,
dude, Chris
former
Sims
players
retweeted it.
Bro, Chris Sims retweeted it. Jeff Schwartz retweeted it. I got a former cornerback that retweeted it. It's crazy. I'm like, okay, first of all, congrats to Ash. But second of all, I feel bad for him because what's funny to me is that he said 3 words. He's like, I am so disappointed. Now, it was a video clip of DJ missing or throwing away the ball. It could be interpreted 2 ways. He threw away the ball or he missed the receiver.
I think it was clearly.
It was hilarious to me.
After further looking at it, I think it was clearly Daniel Jones throwing the ball away. But
I'll say this: what's funny to me is that the Daniel Jones mob came out of nowhere, and I found myself being on Ash's side because I'm like, he didn't bash DJ in this tweet. He didn't even say anything bad about DJ in this tweet. Y'all just interpreted it as that. It could have been about Kenny Golladay for all we know, because let's not play as if we don't have concerns about Kenny Golladay, which I'm glad that this peep game, bro. Peep how I'm about to segue back into the practice where I saw Kenny Golladay, right? Because in that clip, our $72 million wide receiver ran a terrible route. That man looked sluggish off the line, and then his turn looked pretty bad, man. He looked like he was not a 70. He looked like it was a $72,000 receiver outside there instead of $72 million receiver. Now, the reason I bring up Kenny Golladay is because I am becoming slightly concerned with the effort level. Now, there was also another clip posted. In fact, I think it was the very next day or 2 days after that one clip went viral. It was of the fight. Yeah, it was Monday, the training camp fight. And a lot of people were zooming in on Kenny Golladay because he was kind of walking away with slug shoulders, hands on his hips, and he just kneeled down. And I'm like, I can see how that could be interpreted as like him not necessarily caring about the team because, he's going away from it. Everybody else is trying to break it up or they're in the middle of it. So it could kind of be seen as if he's not part of the team. He's not bonding with the team. But it could also be seen as him trying to protect his own health. Like, I feel like that's also a valid thought to have. Business decision. Because we saw Kayvon do that as well. Now, Kayvon didn't go and kneel, but he kind of just stood off to the side, but nobody pointed that out.
He does that, and I love that.
I love that. Yeah, I'm like, I'm all for for players protecting their bodies. Now, where I'm actually concerned with Kenny is that, and we saw this a lot last year, especially after the season ended, but also during the week, during the week between games, I would say we're not using Kenny Golladay properly in the offense. We're not targeting Kenny Golladay. We brought him here, and we're not using him at all. How must he feel? And I really feel like that translated because there's times where he did get a chance, and he just didn't come down with the ball. Now, he's not going to come down with the ball 100% of times, but
that's what he's known
he was
for,
in 2019 playing with a backup quarterback with Matt Stafford. He was doing way better. So it definitely made me think. And then, guys, like I said, going back to this Tuesday practice, we had a red zone drill, and I was lucky enough to be sitting literally right by the red zone. I love it. In both practices, I was lucky to be sitting right by the red zone, so I got a perfect view of everything that was happening for those red zone drills. There was a couple of throws where it was like supposed to be a back shoulder fade to Kenny G, and he just did not try to get the ball. Now, one of the throws, one time, you know how the wide receiver was supposed to play cornerback at a time if like that corner's in a better position than the wide receiver? That man didn't even do that. And I'm like, if you're not going to do that during the season, that's a pick. That is low effort right there. And then the second time, where it wasn't necessarily corners there, but he just didn't, like, you can tell when a player's putting that full effort to get the ball and when they're just doing it for the sake of doing it. And that's what it looked like. It looked like he didn't jump as high as he could. It looked like he didn't put all he can, being the great contested catch receiver we know him to be. And I was just worried. I'm like, I don't want to see that during the season, yo. He looks like he's just out there because he has to be out there. And you guys know me. I try to defend the players at every turn. That's why I'm such a huge Kadarius Toney fan. Y'all know I love Kadarius Toney. He's getting a lot of love now. I wish he had it last year, but he's getting a lot of love now, and I hope that translates into the season. Right now, I'm trying to think, and I can't come up with any good reason as to why Kenny Galladay looks the way he does in training camp right now.
Yeah.
And to answer, I know you got a couple super chats, but to answer King Sean, Kenny Galladay might be our wide receiver 1 by the paycheck. Yeah. But I think Kadarius Toney is going to be our wide receiver 1 by the end of the year.
I was just about to address
especially
that,
in this offense, bro. It's a Bills and Chiefs mixed offense, and you see a lot of the Chiefs' influence when I was there at the practice. You see so many things that benefits wide receivers like the 2 young guys we have, KT and Wandale. They're going to be the ones, I think, racking up numbers.
Yeah. Bobby Murphy, our fellow Eagles fan in the chat, $2 for 2 knuckleheads. The Giants suck. I'll take the $2 and call me a knucklehead. Thank you, sir. Tudo.
And by the way, guys, Bobby, he's good people, guys. Bobby Murphy's good people. He's just jawing, you know. It's like fun trash talk. I know he's an Eagles fan, but he's good people.
He's good. Yeah, he's cool with me. He's cool with me. Tudo with another $5, which I appreciate you, man. I really do, man, for real. He says, true story. Kid Blue was my first Giants content channel. I subbed 5 years ago before any other YouTube channel. He was a little guy with massive NYG. Now
he's still a little guy, bro.
I'm still a little guy.
When I met him last year, I knew he was short, but I didn't know he was that short. And I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, 60 inches, bro. 5 foot flat, bro. Get it right. Short. I'm the true short king. Okay. Everybody talk about shout out to all the short kings out there. I'm 5'8". You're 5'8". You're tall.
I got a serious question.
What's good, man?
How do you drive?
How do I drive? I drive for a living. What are you talking about?
How? How does your feet reach the pedal?
You put the seat. 5 feet is like in the car is really not that bad because it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad.
How? Okay. Give me in measurement. How high above the wheel is your chin?
See, that's different because torso is different. Torso is different than legs. So
but how high above the wheel is your chin?
It's well above. You gotta adjust the seat. You know what I'm saying? But it's well above. Yeah. I drive a freaking one of those post office vans, man. I'm in those big freaking vans, man.
You could pull up the seat in the post office, man?
Yeah, you can pull up the seat. You could elevate it. You could pull it up. You know what I'm saying? Do all that. You can do all that. Yeah, man. Hey, I'll make it work. Hey,
I thought you had to wear a booster seat or something, bro.
Hey, man, listen. No matter the challenge. See, that's the perk of being a short king. You always face with adversity, and you always have to overcome. You know what I'm saying?
No, usually kings don't refer to themselves as kings. You know, they have other people to do that for them. But go off.
King James, you're a LeBron guy, aren't you? Anyway.
Fun fact: LeBron has never given himself any of the nicknames that he has. So
he called himself King James, didn't he?
But it's not like that. What I'm saying is he didn't give himself that nickname though.
Where's the proof? Give me sources.
ESPN, magazines, like the magazine that called him the chosen one, right? That was
the first time that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's like crazy.
I'm pretty sure King James also came from like ESPN. And what was there's another one. There's definitely another Bron.
Listen, I'm just saying I'm the short king because you see on like social media, like, oh, shout out to all the short kings out there. Don't worry, man. Even though she don't want to be with you because you're under 6 foot, it's okay. I'm 5'9", no girl, bro. 5'9", I would kill to be 5'9". Anyway,
I know we're getting a little off topic here, but I gotta bring this up. I've seen commercials, bro, for these shoes that make you taller, and I was like, this is actually a thing. This is an industry now. And like in the commercial, there's people going out and like trying on the shoes, and they gain like an inch or two in height, and I'm like, there's no way this is a real thing,
it's
bro.
the soles, but it looks so awkward. I wouldn't wear them because even though it'll give you like 2 inches, the soles on them just look like you're walking on like marshmallows, man. It's just like it looks stupid. And there's also this thing that kind of it looks like an ankle brace almost. You put it on under your sock. And then you put it on, then you put your sock on, and it's supposed to elevate your height a little bit, and you're supposed to like notice the difference. I kind of got twisted on my words there, but I don't know if I should try it, man. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, should I try that? You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I'm good where I'm at, guys. Good where I'm at. Anyway, let me just address some of these comments real quick. There's a bunch of comments going on. Kenny G, oh yeah, we already addressed that one. KG looking slow from what I saw and heard him report. But here's the thing.
That too, yeah.
But here's what I'm upset about that I would defend Kenny G on is that he's never been fast. He's never been fast, never been a route runner. There was a report that I saw was like, word around the Giants training camp staff is that Kenny Golladay isn't impressing because he looks slow and so he's never been fast. Like if you watch Kenny Golladay film, like he's never been fast at all. He's the reason why he's one of the best 50-50 ball catchers out there is because he's slow. He's always in those situations where he has to make contested catches because the defender's always on him because he's slower. He's not a guy that's going to burn you deep. Pause. I don't know if I should have paused there, but just to make sure.
No, you made it weird by pausing, bro.
I had to just in case. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, I'll defend Kenny Golladay with the way he makes his money is contested catches. It's not route running. It's not being a burner. So. I'll move on from that. Shaq to drive harder to exactly bookend tackles. Harder for Shaq to drive than Kid Blue. Exactly. Guts. That's Gut Splitter. What's going on, man? One of my Xbox boys. Baby hands. I already know what he's talking about. Just by baby hands. But Bobby doing great. Tell him. I went somewhere else. That's always the one to say. Great to hear about it. All right, so we're caught up on the comments now, but back off that tangent. We're talking about Kenny Golladay real quick, but Kenny Golladay on that viral video that's unfortunate for Ash. Kenny Golladay ran a terrible route there. It was a comeback route. He barely, he barely like cut at all. Barely stopped and looked for the ball. Daniel Jones, that was actually on timing because you could see that he did his drop. As soon as he looked, he threw the ball. It was a timing route. So Daniel Jones had to throw that ball anywhere. And I was telling Ash this too, and I think Ash knows what I was talking about. Daniel Jones actually threw it where it needed to go. Like even if he was throwing the ball away, he actually threw it where it needed to go. It went out of bounds. Like if Kenny Golladay was where the ball was at the time, it would have hit him right in the chest. So I think I was mostly on Kenny. I guess you could say it's on Daniel Jones because the timing was off. Oh, I don't care. But that's enough about Kenny Golladay. We also have to talk about the depth chart. If there's anything you want to talk about with that too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even have a chance to look at the depth chart.
Oh, all right, cool. So we can look at it.
Yeah. So before you get to those things, I was also gonna say I'm also not known as a Daniel Jones fan, at least not anymore. For those of you that watched my channel back in 2020 and 2021, I was the biggest DJ defender on there. Now I'm like way more objective. But I'll say this: I gotta give a shout out to Dan Schneider on Twitter. He's an analyst, and I forget which network he works for, but he's a professional in this game, right? Dan Schneider. And he had this tweet that I'm surprised nobody else really took notice to, that I think is something we should strongly consider, because we've seen a lot of Daniel Jones's throws come out sluggish, slow, and underpowered, and it's like more so than usual, especially at FanFest and these past couple of practices. It looks worse than usual, is like what I'm trying to say. And he pointed out something. He's like, yo, did we all forget his neck injury was supposed to be way more serious? Like, let's think about it for a second. We were surprised when Daniel Jones was actually cleared to start practicing at the time he did. He was cleared like 2 months ago. And this was a neck injury that had the possibility to run basically all the way until the end of training camp. So it's like his neck could be still affecting him, which is terrible, because what that suggests to me is that he came back early. And if he came back early, he probably made it worse than it is, right? And if he made it worse than it is, God knows it might affect him for the rest of his life, like Peyton Manning's neck injury. And if that's the case, like, that's worst case scenario, knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen. But in the worst case scenario, yeah, the dude can't play football anymore. But I'll say this, yeah, the neck will definitely affect if your throws are coming out good and powerful or not.
Yeah, and that also scares me too because they're coming back to their season. You definitely don't want to see Ducks throwing, soft, underpowered throws like that, especially if he's having any aggravation in his neck. You obviously can't play in those conditions, so that's going to be something to watch in the season. That's a good point that Schneider brought up. Tudo, another super chat. I appreciate that, man. $5 super chat. He said, I hope this dude Murphy shows up at the Link January 8th Giants away game. I'll find him in the crowd. You won't ever hear from him fucking smack about the Giants. I love that.
What
shout
up,
out
Ben?
to you,
How you
Tudo.
doing, man?
Shout out to
Ben
you,
in the
Tudo.
chat.
Ben in the chat said Kush with the fresh cut. Yeah, Kush got the fresh cut, man. But let me tell you.
Yeah.
We have to put a vote in here, man. Kush needs to grow out his hair and keep it long, bro. He's got to do it.
You don't like the fade, bro?
The fade looks good, man. The fade looks good. But
I'm with you on that one because the versatility of me when I had my longer hair, I could
man, you could
keep
do
it
so
as
much with
is. I could keep it curly out the shower like you guys have seen. I could keep it in the fro. I could comb it back. I could tie it up, or I could braid it. There's like so many different things.
Versatility, bro. Versatility. All right. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need around here. So let's. How about we diet? AA says diet.
I think my mom would kill me if I did that.
All right, let's pull up the depth chart here. I already had it there, so perfect. We do that. All right.
Also, while he's pulling up that depth chart, you guys need to check out this. It just premiered, the new season of Hard Knocks, bro.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I've already was kind of not necessarily a fan, but like I kind of like the Detroit Lions for this year. And I've become now off of just one episode. I know, off one episode, crazy, right? I've become a super big fan of Dan Campbell. I like the guy now. I've always
like
found
the coaching
him funny
staff too.
to observe. I just like the guy, and I was gonna say the entire like Lions coaching staff that they showcase. Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, and then the guy on the offensive side. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. Deuce Daly. I love them. And they had such a great back and forth during the episode. I'm like, I want to see that from my team. Like, I like our coaches on paper, but I like the personality and the fire that the Detroit Lions coaching staff has. And it's hard not to like them. They're all former players.
Yeah.
They're all former gritty players, which is a theme for that team. And I like the fact that Aiden Hutchinson sang Billie Jean, bro. A song that came out before he was born, before we were born. Like, that's crazy. And Michael Jackson is one of my favorite artists of all time. So like I already like that. Like Hard Knocks this season got off to such a great start with the premiere episode with the Lions, and I'm excited to see more. I'm genuinely excited to see more. So definitely check it out. And I am now rooting for the Detroit Lions this season, man. I just like them now.
This is why I want. Everybody's always says, "Oh, I don't want the Giants on Hard Knocks because it's a distraction to the team." Shut up! I want to see the Giants on Hard Knocks. That's what I want to see. I want to get a more in depth because the Giants' life is cool. Me and Kush actually talked about it right before
we talked about it before. Like right
it's
before,
like
I was
boring now.
Yeah, usually every year I want to watch the Giants Lives episode. This year I've watched the first one. I haven't watched one since because it's still nice to see the background of what's happening. But it's not a show. They don't edit it to be entertaining.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is boring.
And it's sort of, I don't want to say censored, but it's kind of toned down because it's the Giants.
Oh, it's definitely toned down. You don't see no players cussing in there.
Exactly. You don't see
anybody that's been on a football team knows what's up, which is one of the reasons Hard Knocks is so popular.
It's on HBO, so HBO, you guys already know what HBO is known for, so they can do anything they want. So there's that, but I'm definitely rooting for them. Let me get the super chat again by Tudo.
Shout out to C Bands in the chat.
Oh yeah, C Band, where were you at, man? Where's he at? Oh, there he is, right under the super chat. What's going on, man? What's going on? So Tudo with the $5 super chat. Oh yeah, man! Happy birthday to Mama Kush, man.
Thank you.
This from
she actually like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you weren't the only like YouTuber that wished this. She was very happy to see that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So he said we extend our salute and respects for her. So like as a whole Giants nation, happy birthday, Mama Kush.
She shared a birthday with Xavier McKinney. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it was McKinney's birthday. That's freaking cool.
I guess another thing I should say from training camp yesterday, I was very happy to see that other Giants fans realized it was McKinney's birthday, and the stands actually sang him happy birthday yesterday.
Yeah, I seen that.
during
He
the
was like
practice.
orchestrating it. That was
Yeah,
pretty
he
cool.
was doing the orchestrating.
That
Yeah,
was pretty cool. Ben, I never say. I see this
Ben
name all
Wynn.
the time.
I'm
Wynn,
pretty sure
okay.
because I've had several friends in high school with that last name, and they also
Yeah,
told me just say
I had a
Wynn.
couple friends with that last name too. I just never like try to pronounce it, but I apologize if I
Yeah,
don't
it's.
say it
I'm
right
pretty
then.
sure it's a Viet last name.
Gotcha. So he says, KB, what are your thoughts on helping Nate dating game with Lauren? They be flirting hardcore to it. First of all, send me the receipts and
They
maybe I
you?
can. I don't know, man. Now I gotta see it.
Isn't Nate a
So
little too young, bro?
I think Nate's a little, but hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, like, don't hate the player, hate the game, man. So hey, Nate, you do what you got to do out there, bro. You do what you got to do there. She's smart. Who doesn't want a girl that knows football? That's like killing two birds with one
I feel
stone.
very uncomfortable talking about Lauren like this, as she is one
Um,
of my friends, and
she's our friend.
she
She's
was
a friend
supposed
of
to
the
be on Young
channel.
Guns. I actually got to talk to her
Yeah.
because she was gonna be on Young Guns in a couple weeks. It's been a couple of weeks.
Hey, everybody, tweet at Lauren. Say
Exactly.
when you coming to Young
When
Guns.
are you coming on Young Guns, man?
When are you coming on Young? Everybody tweet at Lauren. But shout out to Lauren. She's been running. You saw her all her tweets, man. Dude, every
I've
day
also
she's like,
since my back injury, I'm not allowed to lift weights for like 2 months, unfortunately, because I love lifting weights. Like that's what I love to do when I go to the gym. All I've been like, not all, but starting this Monday, because Monday was the first time I was allowed to actually do any type of physical activity. I had to take 2 weeks off of any type of really physical stuff. Guess what I did? Bro, I hopped on the bike for 20 minutes, then I hopped on the elliptical for 20 minutes, and then I did.
man.
Listen, bro, I didn't know the stair machine, the Stepmaster, was that hard. I couldn't survive more than 5 minutes, bro. So I just went
Bro.
on. You know, the cardio rows thing.
Yeah.
I just went on that for 15, and I was like, yo, the Stepmaster is ridiculously
Bro,
hard.
I want to
yo.
try.
was like,
I
how
want
do
to
people
try
do
that. I want to try that because as a like delivery driver, I'm going up apartment buildings, stuff like that. I'm just freaking running with like 30
Yeah, but
pound
guess
packages
what?
in my head.
It's
and
not
that
the
thing is
size
tiring,
of regular
bro.
steps. It's
I know
like
it's
2
huge.
or 3 ties.
I know it's huge.
That's what makes it so hard.
That's why I want to try it. I'm like, yo, man, that's just pretty damn dope. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro. But Lauren, every time I open up my Twitter and I'm scrolling, she's like, just ran a 5-miler. You're just brushing off a 5-miler like that. Like, just ran a 5-miler. Just ran a 4. Oh yeah, just ran a set. Bro, are you for real, bro? She's out. I was running. Forrest Gump reference, but
Yeah.
Bobby Murphy, thank you for the $5 super chase. I'll be in South Florida January 8th, though. It's on. Oh, snap. It's on. Oh no, but January 8th is the Eagles game, so he's gonna be in South Florida. What you mean you gonna be in South Florida? Live in South Florida? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about this depth chart. And y'all send me the receipts to Nate spitting game to Lauren. I want to see how he spits game. But all right, let's go. Let's start off with we don't need to talk about quarterback. We can talk about the offense is something that's not really that surprising, but maybe you could point out some stuff that you may feel is surprising. Gary Brightwell as the third running back was surprising to me. I like Brightwell, but nobody really else really does, and everybody likes Antonio Williams. But Antonio Williams seemed to have been the third back on the depth chart, but it now seems like Gary Brightwell is. So maybe we'll get a good glimpse of him on Thursday night. But thoughts on the offense? Anything that jumps off the page for you?
Other than Gary Brightwell, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised just because it's one of those cases where it's like you just haven't heard the name since he was drafted, and it's not even his fault because we were all calling as Giants fans to see Gary Brightwell last year, but the coaching staff just did not give him a shot. One thing to consider is that he could be listed at the third because he's a better special teams contributor than Antonio Williams might be. Matt Breida, depending on how bad his injury is, I don't even know if we'll see him during the season. And I know that sounds like an overreaction.
And they never specify.
Yeah,
it's not an overreaction because Matt Breida always hurt.
They never told us what it is.
Yeah.
They never told us. Same thing with Ricky Seals-Jones, bro. We don't know what their injuries are. That's kind of crazy. Like Ricky Seals-Jones is listed like as the 5th tight end right now. So I guess his is more serious than Matt Breida's. And we see Dan Bellinger, Chris Myrick, and I'll say this. If this is what the depth chart is, if Ricky Seals-Jones thing really is that bad, just sign Eric Ebron, bro. I know he got like bricks for hands now, but he's been a really good tight end. He's been a Pro Bowl tight end before. As a backup, I'll take the man 100%
Veteran.
over Chris Myrick. And that's no disrespect to Chris Myrick, bro. Eric Ebron's just a better player.
Yeah, you gotta be a Giants fan over, a Players fan. So
Exactly.
you can upgrade, you can upgrade. So yeah, especially if the price is right, I would definitely consider bringing in Eric Ebron in here. A lot of people are like, "Oh my god, you guys are crazy for doing that," but I don't think you're crazy for wanting that to happen. So,
Not something that I'm surprised by here. Kind of something that I actually called, and that was what I think our top 3 receivers are going to be. No surprise here. Kenny Galladay on one side, Kadarius Toney on the other, and Wandale in the slot. I feel like we all felt that was going to be the starting 3 after we heard of the amazing performances Wandale was giving in training camp, and Shep is still recovering from his injury. Plus, Shep is more of a veteran now, so I felt like they probably would have given the younger guy a little bit more of a shot, considering he'd be the 3rd option anyway. It's not like he's going to have much pressure, so I like those top 3. You got Darius Slayton as the 4th receiver, and listed as the 5th, actually. So Darius Slayton and Richie James. So if we enter with 5 receivers, I guess that's who we'd have. But Richie James might not make it because we know CJ Board has been known in the past to be a great special teams contributor. Maybe he's the 5th receiver. Somebody that I am surprised to see down so low is Colin Johnson, because I love Colin Johnson. I feel like he did more than what he was asked to do last year when Kenny Galladay was out and when he was brought in, considering he's a 5th round pick. And also, Colin Johnson has been having a good training camp as well, so I am a little bit surprised he's listed that low. And then looking at this training camp kind of reaffirmed one thing that I really wanted to do, and that's somehow, some way get more interior offensive line depth. Sounds crazy, but hear me out. And then we even saw, I think it was a beat reporter, I think it was Art Stapleton that tweeted this out, but I had this idea way before him, man. Art, listen, bro. Know your role. Let me stop. I was about to say know your role. But I had this idea way before Art. I was like, Darius Slayton, like a 3rd round pick and a 6th round pick, send them to the Bears because they're shopping Tevin Jenkins. So Tevin Jenkins didn't work out a left tackle, bro. Bring him in, move him into guard. Let's see what happens. Just experiment. Just get another interior guy there because we need interior depth. It's really not a
bad idea moving him to guard and seeing if it works out.
Camp. I'm telling you, it's been a problem in training camp, the interior depth.
Yeah, and that's not actually a bad move there to try to move him to guard, because a lot of tackles that don't work out, they work better at guard. We see him. And guess what?
For some reason, he's young. He's going into like his 2nd or 3rd year now, so they're already trying to trade him. So it's like, all right, they don't want him, and guess what? They need receiver help. Yeah. Tyke Tolbert is the wide receivers coach of Chicago. He was our wide receivers coach here with Slayton. I don't know, man. Make it happen.
It's funny. I saw on Twitter somebody said, yeah, that's the reason why Darius Slayton won't come to Chicago, because Tyke Tolbert knows about Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is good connections there, and honestly a very possible trade. Now people are talking about Roquan Smith.
That's because shout out to my boy DeQuartavius Crowder. All right, I was on the Tate Crowder train.
Yeah,
last year.
He tagged the Giants.
Yeah, he tagged the Giants. I don't know how he did it, because this man was supposed to be practicing on training camp when he tweeted out the tweet. So I don't know how he did that. But as soon as the Roquan trade request was announced, he retweeted it and was telling the Giants to make the trade.
Yeah, it's very selfless of him, because Roquan will be taking his spot, so his starting spot. So that's nice to see there. Also, Tevin Jenkins came back to practice, so we'll see what happens with that, if he's still going to be on the trade block. I know it was like yesterday, or the day before that, maybe, that he's now back at practice. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, anything else? The offensive side of football, the offensive side is not really too surprising. I think we talked about everything there needs to talk about. Oh, the CJ Board thing. Well, Colin Johnson is, to me, I feel like Colin Johnson is lower on the depth chart because Richie James and CJ Board add special team value in the return game. And we do see that later on in the special teams depth chart. Colin Johnson just doesn't add that. And something I've always said, especially with receivers and cornerbacks, if you play special teams, even if you're not the best at your actual position, if you play special teams, you will make the final spot of that position. Whether it's wide receiver, cornerback spot, over a person that doesn't know how to play. They may be better than you at that regular position, but if you play special teams a lot better, they might keep you over that said person. So that's why I think is up with Colin Johnson. He's a great prospect though. He's like 6'6", bro. He's tall as hell. Has a very long wingspan. But we'll see what happens. And CJ Board's been around with the Giants for a while. Probably, wow, that's like 4 years maybe now. CJ Board. Dang, that's a long time.
I'd say no, it's not 4. I'd say 3, 2 to 3.
Okay, 2 to 3. So there's that. Yeah, let's move on to the defensive side of the football. Quickly before a shameless plug, guy. By the way, we're introducing the sponsor to the channel. I'm recording the sponsorship video soon. There's gonna be a sponsor on the channel coming soon, guys. I think I cleared for it on August 18th. They said I could start doing it before that, so maybe I'll try to do it a little bit before that. But yeah, be sure to look for the sponsor.
I have one as well that I've had in the works since like June.
Oh yeah.
But I knew way back in June because that's when I first started my current job, and I knew there was just nothing to talk about. I was like, I can't start it now. I have to start it when the season's back. So I had an email today. I have to respond to that. I feel bad that I'm not responsible, but I just haven't had time because I got the email. I was at work, came home, ate dinner, and now I'm here. But I got to respond to the email because I don't want to lose it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. At some point, you have to, and make sure that they like the offer still up. Because I had a sponsor that didn't respond to me because I took too long to respond to them. So
yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But also another shameless plug here, guys. Follow me on TikTok. I'm on TikTok now, and I like it. So I've been on TikTok like just as a viewer for a while now, like over a year now. But now making content on TikTok is actually pretty damn fun. So I already got a couple of videos up. You guys should follow me on TikTok. Help me grow the channel on there too, and in part it will help this channel out a bit too. So follow me on TikTok. The link is in the description, guys. If you guys have a TikTok, want to follow me on TikTok. So let's talk about the defensive side of the football. Defensive depth chart. This one is a little bit more to talk about. Okay, so we got the confirmation right now. Dexter Lawrence is nose tackle. Leonard Williams playing that 3-tech defensive tackle, no longer defensive end. And this is what I was talking about. Remember, because when we first hired Wink Martindale, and a lot of people were talking about how in the 3-4 you need your outside linebackers to be able to cover. And I was like, well, not in Wink Martindale's defense because he's always had like a rush position, like a position where it's basically just a defensive end. You're a linebacker, but you're just a rusher. And it's listed here, the rush linebacker, Kayvon Thibodeau, O'Shane Jimenez, Quincy Roche, Timon Fox. These guys are just going to be rush linebackers. They're not going to play a part in coverage at all. So it's basically, they're going to call it a 3-4, but it's basically going to be a 4-3 or 4 down lineman pretty much the majority of the time.
So then that means that Aziz would drop back in coverage every now and then is what you're saying.
Well, he's the defensive end now, so it says he's a defensive end. I don't know. The thing is, what I hate with Giants depth charts is that their positions are always way off. But one thing I do know about Wink Martindale's defense, going back to a couple years now.
Because I'll say this. The practice I was at yesterday, they did have Kayvon and all of the edge rushers practicing interceptions.
Oh, yeah?
That's how O'Shane Jimenez tweaked his groin, and I think he's fine now, but he was limping off the field because he jumped too high and came down awkwardly.
Well, one thing I will say is that I don't think this is going to be one of those defenses where you're going to see linebackers in coverage too much. I just don't. I don't feel, because he's a guy that likes to bring the pressure. He's a guy that likes to send blitzes. I don't think you're going to see too much of his linebackers dropping back. Well, the off-ball linebackers. The edge rushers to be dropping back cover, not off-ball linebackers. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we have 2 linebacker positions. So pretty much the rush linebacker position, pretty much the Sam. That's pretty much what it is. Sam, the strong side. And then Will, the 2 inside linebacker positions, Will and Mike. Tay Crowder, Blake Martinez, Carter Coughlin over my boy Micah McFadden. This is ridiculous. It's blasphemy, and I can't wait till the preseason so Micah McFadden can show off his ability. Okay. People be hating on him because he's short, and I don't like it. All right.
I don't think anybody's hating on Micah McFadden, bro.
They are. They hating on him, bro. They're hating on him. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Darian Beavers is Darian Beavers that," because he's like 6'2" and he's huge. Okay, I don't care about that. I think Micah McFadden.
What do you mean by he's huge?
What are you trying to get me in here, man? What are you trying to trap me in here, man?
I'm trying to analyze.
What are you trying to expand on?
Analyze your words, bro.
What are you trying to expand on here, man?
I'm trying to analyze your words.
People are saying he's huge, like big in stature.
That doesn't help me out, bro.
That doesn't help. Oh man. Yeah, what the hell did I just do? Hello?
Oh,
there we go.
know.
All right, we're good.
What did you do?
I accidentally turned the volume down on my mic. I thought I broke my mic for a second. So we're good. All right. Superstar says, I got you on TikTok, KB. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You guys.
I've
follow
posted
me on
like one
TikTok.
TikTok on my The Hub TikTok, and I haven't posted since.
Bro. Oh, I didn't even know you had a TikTok. I'm about to add you on. I'm gonna follow you on TikTok, man.
Yeah, it should just be The Hub
Hey,
YT as
Big Blue
well.
in the Bronx in the building, man. What's up, man? Nate, Kush in the middle. Hey, Kush, we got Nate. We gotta talk, bro. We gotta talk, man. I hear you out here spitting game, my brother. I need to see the. I need to see.
I need to see the receipts as well,
Me
bro. Because
too,
like
me
I thought I
too.
would have saw this.
Oh,
I
trust
thought I
me,
would have saw this,
this
man.
is gonna be definitely part of like the after show, man. I need to see this, Nate. Ole, Ola Alejandro. Oh, he's talking about Alex. But yeah, everybody hating on my man Mike McFadden, but that's
yeah,
okay.
shout out to Alex, bro. As I gave him a shout out earlier.
Yes,
Only
sir.
reason I was
Yes,
able
sir.
to go to training camps. Getting on here with this though, yeah. So listing basically our outside linebackers as defensive ends and then the rush. That's kind of weird. Not gonna lie, it's weird seeing that. But at least we know that the DE role and the rush role is our outside linebackers, and then defensive tackles are our 3-4 defensive ends, and then nose tackle are 3-4 defensive tackles.
So it's weird. It's weird how they put the Giants put this on here. Because here's the thing with 3-4 defenses, you could really put anything on there. Like if you see if you look at a college depth chart, what they name their positions, you're like, what the hell is this? they got some crazy, especially like for 3-4 defenses. Like I can't even how do I follow this? This is not something I'm used to. So 3-4 defenses are always mixed up like this, and it's hard. So what this really looks like to me is a base nickel defense. This is what it looks like: a 4 down lineman nickel defense. 2 linebackers, 4 down linemen, and then your five secondary players. So that's what it pretty much looks like to me. Technically, it's still a 3-4, but Nate, you out here spitting game, man. We have to see what I want to see how you spit game.
I'll say this though. Nice to see. I mean, we kind of expected Dexter will be moved to the nose tackle at this point, so that's whatever. Yeah. Still got Leo. By the way, Leo. He's said dominating. This on a space, earlier this week. Dominating. Leo has been absolutely dominating training camp, and I love to see it because he's one of my favorite players and he became one of my favorite players in the same vein that Tony became one of my favorite players last year, just because of all the hate that he gets, and it's unwarranted. Because low key, Leo could be considered our best player on the team. People don't realize that, and sometimes they don't like to admit it. But he's the only player on this team right now that I can confidently say is top 5 at his position.
You know
Leonard
why
Williams is a top 5
people don't want to admit
defensive tackle in the league.
You know why people don't want to say that? Because one, it's not a sexy position, and second, he's not Aaron Donald. So,
nobody's Aaron Donald though. But guess what?
Right, exactly. Because the people only
he's
would
top
say
5 at that position.
Right, people only really want to pay attention to you if you're on Aaron Donald's level as from the defensive tackle position. But honestly, Leonard Williams, it makes a very strong case to being the best player on this team. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the only other player that comes close, in my opinion, and I'd really have to think about it, I don't know if I'd even say Andrew Thomas, because I think Andrew Thomas can be a top 10 tackle in the league, but he's going to have to show me this year. You know what I mean? I think Kayvon Thibodeau in a couple years could be top 10 in his position. He'll have to show me. Saquon is the only other player, but it's he has to come back from that injury and show me, right? So Nate, it's maybe Xavier McKinney. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just want Nate to read that. I wasn't going to explain the whole thing. I'm just I'm going to highlight Ben's thing and then move on.
But yeah, more respect needs to be given to the big cat, a.k.a. the Lion King. Go on my Teespring for new. I got new merch out, guys. By the way, 3 new designs out and another one on the way.
Shout out the merch, bro. When I get a chance, I'm definitely going to freaking cop that, bro. The Aziz, The Aziz one is my favorite one. But
oh, yeah. I have to post it. You know how everybody, there's a friends group. I got to post it in my friends group chat, bro, so that they could actually, get some of their. I have my Joker one. Not my Joker one, I'm sorry. I have my Xavier one. I wore that to FanFest. So I think it's still in the wash. I got to order my Aziz one next week. And then the week after that, I have to order the new Kadarius Toney one that I have.
Yes, so, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Shout out to freaking your merch, bro. But yeah, I mean, anything else from the depth
chart? Not so much. Safety is what I expected it to be. No surprise there. They still list Dane Belton as the number 2, which surprises me because even though he's injured, they put him in there. That means he must have really showed out. They see a lot of good things from him. Corners are what I expected it to be. Hopefully, they're not trash during the season. There's nothing too much from there that I was surprised by.
Yeah. Oh, something that I want to point out too. O'Shane ahead of Quincy Roche. Now
That's
I
because
guess from
I'm not
training camp,
necessarily surprised because we
right,
heard how much O'Shane
right.
looked good. Yeah.
Honestly, if I were to know nothing about the training camp, and then you were to give me this depth chart, and then like, why the hell is O'Shane ahead of him? Then I would be kind of surprised. But yeah, I've kind of had that feeling. I just didn't want it to be true. But if he's better, he's better. But he better be better. You know what I'm saying? Like he better be good. Because I like Quincy Roche a lot. There was at times, like in that Carolina game, where Azeez Ojulari had like 2.5 sacks in that game or something like that. Quincy Roche was killing it in that game too. Like he sometimes had better reps than Azeez did in some of those plays. So I really like Quincy Roche. I hope he gets a good amount of playing time. O'Shane Jimenez, I'm like giving up on. I think he's on the final year of his contract. I think. So it's just like I kind of want to move on. But if he's good, he's good. You know, hopefully he gets a contract somewhere else with some better money. But there's that. So let's take this off the screen. Now we got this preseason game to talk about. The Giants have their first preseason game tomorrow, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited for this one. Playing the Patriots. There's gonna be a lot of storylines to talk about even before the game. Joe Judge is gonna be there for sure. This is gonna be his first time meeting his former team that he coached as a head coach. It's almost weird. It's almost a blur to me that Joe Judge was the head coach of the New York Giants. Yeah, honestly, because all this talk that we talk about with Brian Daboll, Wink Martin, like Mike Kafka, we're talking about this new coaching staff. It almost feels like, damn, Joe Judge was our head coach. It's like, damn, why? But so we're gonna be able to see him there. I think he won the job at offensive coordinator, didn't he?
I don't think it was one. I think Belichick gave him. Listen, I feel bad for Mac Jones this year.
I think he's secretly.
I feel bad for Mac Jones this year, but at the same time,
yes.
Like, I think Belichick gave him the job because he's like, yo, you need to improve your offensive coaching, bro.
Hey, if I send you ain't gonna make me look bad like this. If I go send you back out there, you better improve. You better showcase what you can do right now. Listen, we're gonna see a bunch of hitches. We're gonna see a bunch. I don't even care if it's a preseason. Okay, we're gonna see. Listen, Joe Judge's preseason play calling is his regular season play calling.
Our offense is gonna look very vanilla. That doesn't take away from the fact that I still expect. If our stars are playing the first quarter like Brian Daboll is implying, I still expect them to go out there and put some points on the board.
Yes, especially on Joe. Listen, Joe Judge's preseason play calling and his regular season play calling are identical and just like twins. So I don't expect it to be any different. How can you get more vanilla than the vanilla offense that we had in the past 2 years? How can you get more vanilla than that? I mean, you really can't.
I want to see what Judge's offense looks like.
I really do too. And to your point about Mac Jones, man, I really feel bad for Mac Jones because let put this into perspective real quick, okay? You go from having a longtime offense coordinator, very successful offense coordinator in Josh McDaniels, right? And he was there with you in your rookie year. You're like, damn, I can learn from this guy. I hear he's going to be the next heir to the.
Where is McDaniels again?
He's with the Raiders. He's the Raiders head coach. Which is weird too. But longtime offensive coordinator supposed to take over the reins for Bill Belichick when he inevitably retires, and then Mac Jones feeling good. Then McDaniels, after like 10 years of being a freaking candidate for a head coaching job, finally decides to leave when there's a potential franchise quarterback there now, right after Tom Brady leaves and a new regime starts. He leaves. They bring back Joe Judge after he was recently fired and booted out of New York. And then they recently hired Matt Patricia, the Detroit Lions former head coach. Both of them got fired. Both of them brought off to be offensive coaches when Patricia was the defensive coordinator. Now he's helping calling plays on the offensive side of the football, and you got Joe Judge, who was the special teams coordinator.
Bro.
That is the most ass backwards thing I've ever seen. That is the most Bill Belichick thing I've ever seen in my life. And you know what? Somehow he's gonna make it work. It's Bill freaking Belichick. And somehow he's not gonna make it look that bad.
I don't know, bro. You know why I won't say that,
bro?
Because I've seen a couple reports from Patriots beat reporters saying, like, Mac Jones is more worried this year than he was worried last year, and he was a rookie last year.
More worried?
Yeah.
He should
about
be.
How the offense might look.
He should be.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I don't know, bro.
But yeah, I know. Here's the thing. What I mean by that is like they're not gonna go like a freaking dumpster fire of 3-14. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna like as long as Bill Belichick is there, it's not gonna happen. Like you honestly, it would look plausible if for that to be the case because you have Joe Judge calling the plays or Matt Patricia with. Look at the Patriots offense besides Mac Jones and like the running game, right? Their offensive line is okay. It's not like anything special, and their wide receivers are mid as hell. So it's like, how are you supposed to move the football, especially with Joe Judge calling plays, you know? So I don't know. I just don't feel like it's going to be that bad of a situation because Bill Belichick is there. But damn, if this was any other team, golly, they would have been definitely 3-14. Tudo, appreciate the $2 super chat, man. He said NYG, New York Giants, 11-6 next season, and we say forget about it. Man. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. I don't know who's going to be quarterback next year, but I don't care who is quarterback next year. If we go 11-6, I am all freaking for it. Let's see, man. Much love and respect.
I'll say this because I see a comment that I do kind of agree with. The same one you highlighted there. I've always said my win range for the Giants is 6 to win. I mean 6 to 9. All right, 6 to 9. If they win 5, I'm gonna be disappointed. Honestly, this should be a 6-win team with the talent we got.
It should be,
and the coaching staff on paper and the schedule. At the very least, this should be a 6-win team.
Agreed.
And I'm putting our roof at a 9. So,
okay, yeah, 6 is something a number I really don't want to see, and I'm really like trying to keep my hopes up to not want to see that. But I'm also not going to say if we do go 6 wins that I'm going to be like, man, this isn't working. Brian Dable is not going to work. Like. I understand that there has to be growing pains to these sort of things. Maybe I'm a little bit too hyped up for this team, as I always am. I mean, let's be real. But I really, it's not only a hope, but it's almost an expectation. Call me crazy, but I kind of expect an 8-win team. Not because of this team is good. Like I said, the schedule was just too good to pat. Like, there's no way you can screw this up. I mean, I know we're the Giants, but
why don't you place a bet, bro?
I can't do it, man. I can't do it, but I do expect.
Put down $5.
Oh, $5
on a sports betting app.
Oh man, I bet more than $5 in sports betting.
So then do it.
Yeah, I'm not on the Giants. I mean,
do it. 8 wins, $5 right now.
I have a rule. I don't bet on the Giants. I don't bet on the Giants because I let my heart take control, and my heart kills my bank account.
5.
All right, fine. I'll put $5. I'll put $5. Let's see. I don't know what the odds are. Hopefully it's like plus 1,000. But hopefully it's plus 1,000. The Giants get like 7 wins. I'll take it.
Listen,
I think the over under right now is 7.5.
Listen, though, bro. If it's plus 1,000, just give me like 20%, bro.
I think the over under right now. I think who else?
Yeah, it's like 7. It's 7.5. Vegas has
I think that's too high. That's too high. It's too high. It's too high. Yeah. That's like a Giants fan over under. That's not like a media. That's not like a consensus over under. Nobody's gonna be betting the over on that. So nobody. I'm sure it's. I don't know. I'll bet the under on that, honestly. But yeah, let's see. Ben says, KB, how are the ladies in Florida? The ones here in California are hella mid. Well, not what I've seen.
Cali is a huge state, though, bro. What kind of
and we're extremely populated too. So you're gonna get a volume of women.
Champion Life Boxing. DJ got to win 9 games to keep his job. Play at least 15 games. I disagree. DJ has to take us to the playoffs to keep his job.
Yes, agreed.
And this is where earlier I said people call me a Daniel Jones defender.
Yeah.
Now people are gonna call me a Daniel Jones hater. But I'm telling you all the God's honest truth. You want this man to get any? I'm talking about any contract, even the franchise tag. He gotta take us to the playoffs, man.
Let me put you in a scenario.
Yo, shout out to Big Dash Nose in the chat. Up and coming Giants YouTuber. I see him on Twitter, man. He seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I gotta have you on my channel soon, bro. Maybe next Tuesday.
I gotta subscribe.
And bro, definitely feel free to ask me to come on yours as well, bro. I see you doing your thing, man.
Yeah, I gotta subscribe.
He says
if I'm not
7 and 10 is the floor. A little bit optimistic. I have our floor at 6.
What was I gonna mention? We talked about. Okay, so I have a scenario to give you. Okay, I'm gonna keep his parameters and say DJ wins 9 games and plays at least 15 games, and they miss the playoffs with 9 games. That's kind of expected. They missed a game they missed the playoffs with 9 wins, but Daniel Jones hits like those statistical thresholds for you, where he looks great, 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. I'll say 14 interceptions, and that's a little high. But I mean, I'm not gonna give him like freaking
No long-term contract, even with that. Give him the franchise tag because guess what? He's been inconsistent. Do it again another year.
Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. Do the Kirk Cousins. Do it again another year. And if he delivers that next year, I'll give him a 3-year deal.
And you know what's crazy? When Kirk Cousins, I think he won a division in 2015 and he left that year. No, he played another year. One more year. He got franchised.
Yeah, because Washington he didn't leave because he wanted to leave Washington. Washington didn't give him a contract.
Right. So they were even more stubborn. So
yeah.
It happens, guys. It happens.
So the thing that you just said, if what you just said happens, I'll give DJ the franchise tag because I want to see it again because inconsistency is an issue. Right. And if he does do it, I'm still not giving him a 5-year deal, but I would offer him a 3-year deal. And at that point, it's up to DJ to take it or not.
He wouldn't stay for that.
But if he takes the 3-year deal somehow, we're set for another 3 years, hopefully. And then after those 3 years, if he's gone, like, is that not the Arch Manning draft? Like,
yeah. Hey,
just saying.
Hey, everybody playing.
I'm just saying.
Playing chess. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tony says, "I say 8 wins. I'm betting." Hey man, send me your draft. Send me your bet slip, bro, because I want to see it. Jay Fed in the building. He says for Jones to keep his job, he needs to make Shane and Dable believers. Absolutely. And honestly, I don't. This is a good point that he came up with too, because I don't think they're believers in him. I don't think they are.
I would be shocked if they were. There's no reason for them to be believers in him.
Because if you look around training camp, and this is obviously I haven't been there, not one day, but if you look at training camp and stuff like that, you can see how happy Daboll gets when Daniel Jones does something good, because it almost looked like he's like, oh, damn, I guess maybe this guy really can be good. I don't really think it's like, oh, man, I really think you are good. I think he's just more shocked that he did that. And then you see a lot of stuff where Daniel is not doing so well. You kind of look at Daboll and he's not really like, it's the same for everything. I don't know. It's just a body language thing. You know, I look at Daboll, it's just a body language. And especially in the press conference, stuff like that, I don't think they're sold on DJ, and they shouldn't be. I mean, it's fair enough to say that.
That's what I was going to say. They have no reason to be sold on him. They didn't draft him. Not even the last head coach drafted him. He's done, like, there's a reason fans are split on him. He's done nothing to show in, like, confidence that he's the franchise quarterback. And they're coming in at a perfect time to rebuild with a good amount of pieces from the last regime and to have their own pieces in here. And they're both, like, Daboll, Shane, and Kafka are all guys that know QBs. So there's no reason for them to believe in him yet.
Right. Tudo with the $10 super chat. Man, Tudo, you are killing it today. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you so much, man. I can't say it enough. Our rugby team was among the worst 3 years ago until we got determined coaches like Coach Coughlin and former U.S. Navy SEAL instructors for strength and discipline. Last season, we made it to the quarterfinal. That's awesome, Tudo. That almost reminds me of my flag football team. We started off as a free agent team. We didn't know any of each other. We were all strangers. We came up with like an 8-play playbook, and we ran off of that the whole entire season with 8 plays, and we won 0 games in our first season. And we're like, we're sticking together. We're gonna do this. Then we won 1 game the next season, and then fast forward to now, this season. I think this is like our 7th season, maybe 6th, 7th season. And we made it to the finals. We lost in the finals, but we with hard work and determination, guys, you're gonna make it. And cover recycling of players, because some players have come and gone from our team. Recycling of players, getting better, getting chemistry. That's how you win games. And and that's just a testament of how the NFL works. I know it's the best athletes in the world, but it doesn't work any different from my flag football team or Tudo's rugby team. It all works the same way. Once you bring up a group of guys together, especially at the biggest stage like the NFL, it's not all supposed to just work out automatically because you're paying these guys and they have a good resume. They have to gain the chemistry together. That's why I've always given these coaches time. It goes back to even freaking McAdoo. Well, McAdoo, no, never mind. McAdoo I couldn't stand. But Pat Shurmur, I have videos of me saying that we should keep Pat Shurmur. Same thing with Joe Judge. And, if it happens with Daboll, I just want to give these guys time to gain chemistry, kind of recycle the players, find what fits, find what doesn't, and before you know it, you can go from worst to first real fast. So just with enough hard work and determination. So motivational speak for you, speech for you guys. So don't give up. Don't give up.
That was supposed to be motivational?
Yeah, it's supposed to be motivational. See, look,
Who is this dude, bro?
Thibodeau was the worst 3 years ago. His team was the worst.
Bro?
Yeah, wrong way, man. This is you. That's you.
Who is this dude, bro?
I'm the short king. Bro.
Y'all gonna take advice from a dude that needs a booster seat to drive?
Screw
There's
you.
no way.
Screw you. Screw you. Listen,
There's no
I snatch
way.
ankles for a living. Okay, I'm a deliverer by day.
I saw somebody.
I
saw somebody ask earlier. They saying they're tired of all the drama in the Giants community. I wasn't gonna address it, but that's the drama you're gonna see on this channel.
Yeah.
This man needing the booster seat. All right.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm still picking up
crazy,
your girl
bro.
with my booster seat. I'm
You know
still
what's
picking up
crazy?
your
When I
girl
met
with my
him-
booster seat.
When I met him in real life, bro, he came up to like my wrist. Like my wrist was where he came up to,
Did you see
bro.
when I hugged Justin? Dude, I got like engulfed, bro. My man just he's like embraced me, and he had like a leather jacket on, and I was just engulfed by leather, bro. But yeah, it's
Listen. By the way, let's see. Shout out to Ligma in the chat. And Namar, to answer your question, Namar. Highlight Namar's question. Because I saw this on Twitter. And I had to respond in my own way.
I saw you, Trayvon Walker, man.
Now, y'all know how I feel about Trayvon Walker. All right? I wish the man nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Personally, I don't think he should have been the number 1 overall pick. But he was, and I wish him nothing but the best. This Friday night. Hold up. This Friday night.
Oh, snap.
Live on SmackDown.
Listen, don't
Trayvon Walker is going to have a Defensive Player of the Year performance. Playing against the sexual assault Watson. All right, I'm rooting for that man to have like 15 sacks, 20 quarterback hurries, and a broken foot on the other player this Friday night, bro.
And I'm gonna lie, that was trash. WWE is garbage.
Because you don't watch it, so like that's for you. So I'm just rooting for Trayvon Walker to have a great game since Deshaun Watson is playing and starting Friday night. That's all I'm asking for, bro.
I don't even know how his teammates are like. I would be like, don't throw me the ball, bro. Don't throw me the ball. Where your hands,
man, money,
been?
bro.
Don't
I don't know.
the
They got to make their money, bro. At the end of the day, that is their job. They got to make their money.
I can't respect. I would demand a trade immediately. Bookend Tackles says, KB, you mentioned racetrack gas the other day. Guessing you live near or in GA. No, I live in Florida. But yeah, there's a racetrack in Florida. There's racetracks everywhere, like freaking within a half mile of each other, going down my entire city. So yeah, I'm in more south than Georgia. I'm in Florida. So is
highlight
Nate.
Nate's comment, bro. This impression.
Which one? He has like 5.
This impression hurts my soul.
Yeah, it was bad.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Brother! Let me tell you something, brother!
Are you a real American? Are you a real... Do you eat your vegetables? Do you go to sleep at 8 p.m.?
What the hell's going on here, man?
Let me tell you something, brother. This Friday night... Yo, where's the game being played, bro?
I think it's in wait, which one? The Patriots game? The Giants Patriots game? I think you're talking about the Browns game.
This dude, bro. The Browns game. This dude, bro.
Oh, the Browns.
Up with the program.
How am I supposed to know, man? It's the Browns. I don't care about the damn Browns.
Live Friday night from the Browns versus Jaguars, brother. Trayvon Walker is gonna run wild on you, Deshaun Watson.
I like the
And
eye.
all the Walker maniacs around the world are gonna run wild on you.
Run wild. Hey, yo.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on, there. Hey, somebody click that.
Does anybody, listen, man, if any WWE fan know that was an impression of Hulk Hogan, bro, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. Might not have been good, but I gave him the best shot.
Yeah, I even caught on to that, man. I'm a casual, I'm not even a casual.
Yeah.
I just, But anyway, Thibodeau just freaking throwing it out there,
Yo,
man.
is
I
Ligma
appreciate
still in
Tudo.
here? Ligma, clip that for me, bro. Put it on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm memeing that for sure. I'm gonna use that as I have like a meme library now, like for Twitter. Like I got a bunch of
Said a
sound
meme
clips.
library.
Yeah, but yeah, just dude, those freaking new rock stars thumbnails that you do, bro. I started freaking screenshotting some too. Those things are hilarious.
My throat hurts now.
I know you have to like All right, so Tudo said I personally changed the climate and vibe in the locker. Also, you were the guy. You were the Kayvon Thibodeau. That's what you were. It's all about the true brotherhood and off the pitch, on and off the pitch. Oh, the pitch is like the field in rugby.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's all about true brotherhood on and off the pitch. Rain or shine, day or night, support each other. Absolutely, Tudo. Tudo is the Kayvon Thibodeau of his rugby team, and I fully support him, man. I hope you got that C on your chest.
Tudo is a legend on his rugby team, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. Yo, Tudo, why do we got no clips? I want to see this. I want to see your boy, bro. So.
Oh, man, my throat really hurts now.
Tudo, send us some clips, man.
I might need to get a lasagna before I go to bed. This is ridiculous. You don't know what a lasagna is? So no. It's like a cough drop, but it's way stronger. It's like super, super strong. And it's a little bitter.
Why do you know what that is, man?
What, medicine, bro? What kind of question is this? Because I know how to take care of my health.
How often do you get sore throats?
Excuse me?
How often do you get sore throats, man?
When it changes from summer to winter, bro, it's clipped for me and like my nasal system and stuff. It's completely clipped. All mucus. And dry sometimes. If it's not mucus, it's dry and scratchy.
See, I don't get sore throats like that. I have like year-long allergies though, like so, but because I'm like allergic to like freaking everything, like dust and dogs and cats, like severely. So I got year-long allergies, but I never really had a sore throat.
Shout out to Namar and Bookend. I see them there. And then Namar had a question earlier. He was like, Daniel Bellinger tight end 1 and Austin Allen step up so we can have a tight end 2. I don't think Austin Allen's stepping up that much. Austin, listen. Austin Allen's a big body dude, and I love big. Yo, can I continue? And I love big dudes as much as the next guy, but like Austin Allen, being like 7 feet tall is not enough to get you on the roster, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, cause you
being 7 feet tall
like
is not enough to get you on the roster. Austin Allen. Probably, I think at most could be a tight end 3. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Rice and John back in 2019 or 2018. Also, really big body tight end. But it's like, you got to do the other job too. You know what I'm saying? You got to catch. You got to know how to block properly. I hope Austin Allen comes out here and puts in the work. We'll see.
I'm sorry. You just couldn't. You called me when Nate put that comment. I don't even know if I could highlight that. But Nate put that comment. I read it, and then immediately you said, "I like big." That's all you said.
Yo, listen to Maurice, bro. Look at what Maurice said. Listen to Maurice. All right,
okay,
be serious.
Let's get back to yeah, I'm trying. Bro. I'm trying. But when you say things like that,
for God's sake, I gotta replace you,
did that on purpose. You did that on purpose, bro. You know you did. You read that comment and then you just. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm the bad guy. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry, guys. That's funny.
Let's talk about, since Mr. Blue over here can't focus. You know, I'm going to call him by his government, bro. Giovanni can't focus, bro. All right? I don't know his last name, but man. Giovanni can't focus. All right? You know, that's what's so I'm sorry, Maurice. Maurice is going to be mad annoying me right now, bro. How you got such a cold name like Giovanni, and then you're 5 foot tall, bro? Like, what?
Because I still be bagging your girl. That's
Giovanni
why.
Giovanni is such a cool name.
It is. And I'm a cool guy.
And then you got this dude with the name, bro. Look at him, bro.
What are you talking about? Look at
me. He's trying to put some bass in his voice right now.
Anybody's girl. I'll take anybody's girl.
He's trying to put some bass in his voice. Trying to come close to the mic.
Brother. Listen to your brother.
I'm sorry, I know Maurice is ticked off, bro.
Hey, man. Listen, man. Sorry. I've always had to overcome adversity.
Even Nate said it, bro. He's like, Gio don't suit you. Anyway, I was going to say, let's talk about players that you're really looking forward to seeing, or you're not even looking forward, but you're just looking out for tomorrow. So it could be for a good reason or a
Yeah,
bad
I'm not
reason. gonna
speak too much about that because I already did a video on it. It's being uploaded right after this, so I won't spoil too much that's in the video. But I'll give one. And that is I'll talk about pass rush, right? Pass rush, especially with Wink Martindale's defense. You know, everybody knows that he rushed the passer. He's known for that, for being aggressive and being a nuisance to the opposing quarterback. I want to see like a consistent pass rush throughout, like no matter if it's the starters or the backups, because when it comes to the scheme, it really shouldn't matter. So obviously, Kayvon Thibodeau. What are we talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read the freaking comment, but you told me to stay focused. I'm stay focused. Kayvon Thibodeau, I'm really anxious to see. Obviously, he's the rookie, the big time, 5th overall pick. And then, obviously you got the smaller guys in there. O'Shane, I want to see how well he progressed. Ellerson Smith, we haven't seen anything of besides like a couple reps in last season, at the end of the last season. So I want to see how he does. And then you got other guys that I'm interested in as well, like Timon Fox and who else is in that edge rushing group? But I want to see
Quincy Roche.
Quincy Roche, obviously. I don't know how I forgot that. But I want to see a consistent pass rush, and I want to see how well they play on the line throughout the entire game, no matter who's on the field. So players that I really want to see is definitely that defensive line, because honestly, that's being propped up as the best position, like the anchor of our team right now is the defensive line pretty much. They have to impress.
Good. Yeah, they've looked really good, man. They have looked really good. And like I said, part of it is because we lack interior offensive line depth, which is something. So this is a great transition. A group that I'm going to be looking out for is the interior offensive line, whether for good or for bad, because I want to see how they do. Definitely going to be looking for the defensive line, because I want to see if what they did in training camp translates to kind of a real life situation. Most importantly, I know I didn't say Daniel Jones because that's an obvious one, but most importantly, Dory Jackson and Aaron Robinson. Got to see how those guys are doing. Secondary is probably the weakest part of our team right now, so that's the one I'm looking out for the most.
Yes. I completely agree with you. I just have a different mindset of it. Even though, like, I guess they're saying that we're supposed to like trust, like the defensive line is supposed to be the strongest part. I want to see it actually in action. I want to see them actually being like, damn, yep, this is gonna be the staple of our team right for this year. And so I just hope they don't disappoint. I really just hope they don't disappoint. Tudo, thank you so much, man. Really, I appreciate it, man. I've sent some links to Kush for the hardest tacklers.
Let me know where. Instagram, Twitter.
I'm there in 2 scenes. Hint, I'm 6'4", defensive player, O-line, and ball carrier, destroyer. I'm known for hardest body slammer, top 10 D player. So
you better be a monster then, bro.
Yeah, bro. On top of that, send us those links and kind of give us the timestamp of which one is you.
He said he sent it to me, so I'm on Twitter right now. I don't see it. Maybe it's on Instagram. Maybe we'll take some time. Did you email it to me? I'll have to see which one of my.
I think something happened on Twitter. My notifications are blowing up right now. So let's see. I'll check it after we're done live. But my notifications are blowing up right now on Twitter. So, but yeah.
Over here.
No, I'm saying I think it was because someone clipped our thing and put it up. But
they tag you, but not me. I see how it is, chat.
I don't know. It just said it's a big number, but
whatever, bro.
I'm not popping on Twitter, you know that. Okay. So if I get any notification, I'm like, oh my god, something happened. But yo, Tudo, if you send Cushy, I don't know if you got those links, but timestamp which one is you, man. Don't be giving us hints. Okay, I don't want to look too hard. Just give us a timestamp. Which one is you? I want to put a face to the great support on the channel, man. I appreciate you. Bro, do you think Darian Beavers makes the final roster?
If he continues to play the way he has been,
I say why not?
He's been impressing, bro. Yeah, he's been impressing literally everybody. I'm gonna be honest. I expect 90, if not 100% of all of our picks from this year to make the roster, bro.
I think which one won't? Besides Marcus McKeithen, he's hurt, but I think all of them will.
Who was the last dude we picked?
Was it Beavers?
Do you remember? Nah, there's no way it was Beavers. Was it?
I know Beavers was taken after.
It probably was
Micah McFadden. I think it was Beavers. It was Darian Beavers.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah, that was our last pick. I think he'll
Wait.
make it.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Yo, this is how you know I've been so busy that my mind hasn't even been able to concentrate properly on Giants football. I am the Beavers fan and you are the McFadden fan.
Yes, that's why I was waiting for you to defend Beavers.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for you,
but
and I
I've
was waiting for
literally-
you to
nah,
destroy Micah
I've been
McFadden.
because I'm not a fan of Micah McFadden. So I'm actually with all the Darius Beavers love, bro. So, yeah.
Man,
I'm sorry, yo. I wouldn't usually be like bringing up all the stuff I said on draft night and in the streams directly following the draft, but it's just like right now.
Let's see what happens in this first preseason game. They're both going to get significant playing time because I don't even Carter Coughlin's out, so you're going to see Beavers and Micah McFadden probably both out there at the same time. Yo, that would be great if we could see both those draft picks out there at the same time. I think that's very, very possible because I don't think Blake Martinez is going to play up much because he's coming off that injury. He's not going to play much of that first preseason game.
I don't know about that because
so?
The two practices I've been to, Blake has had extra reps. It seems like they were trying to speed his recovery up. They've played him with the first and second team.
Oh, really?
Sometimes third. Yeah, they've been giving him extra reps because
I would be scared to put
it looks like Blake is recovering really, really quickly.
That's good. No, trust me, that's good. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff from Blake Martinez on how he's recovering. That doesn't look like there's anything like holding him back or that he suffered an injury last year. But I would be very cautious of putting him in the first preseason. Like if anything, I'm going to give him the majority of his playing time in the third one. But just because he's coming off injury, just to be cautious, nothing against him.
Mm-hmm.
I just I have trust issues when it comes to injuries on this team. So I think everybody does. So, DJ Davidson, he's a guy that could be off the roster, but with the lack of depth that we have, he may make it.
I was gonna say we need defensive tackles right now.
Yeah, and if any of these guys get cut, they're gonna be brought on the practice squad. There's no way they're gonna draft them and just cut them. So either way, they're gonna be brought on the practice squad unless you're like a Chris Williamson. Even though I liked him, I don't know why they just flat out cut him. They even bring him on the practice squad.
Well, to be fair, that was one of the largest drafts in terms of quantity we ever had.
Same amount we had this year.
We had 10 picks this year.
We had a decent amount.
We had a good amount, but I know we had like 10 in 2019, or
we had 11.
We had double digit. We had double. It was 11. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? 11. We had 11 picks in 2019.
Oh, let me see how much we had a lot. In total. I think we had a lot.
I want to say we have 9 or 8 this year, bro. I could be.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Let me see.
But Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Wan'Dale Robinson, Josh Azidu. Who was our 4th round pick?
10. We had 10 this year.
We had 10.
We had 11. We had 11. So the same amount we had.
We had the same amount. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that much. Maybe it's because we actually needed a lot more players this year.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I feel like that's why. I feel like we needed a good amount of players.
And the only one that didn't make the team in what was that, 2020? Was that 2020?
It was Williamson.
The 11?
No, it was 2019.
2019 was
Chris Williamson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's that. But yeah, Ben said is DJ gonna be on the team? I don't know. We talked about that so much. I mean, we can get into a bunch of tangents about DJ being on the team next year. We talked about that like three podcasts straight, but we gotta wait and see, guys. There's no definite answer. We gotta wait and see. But yeah, guys, go ahead and put in your final thoughts and questions. We're gonna close it out soon. We're hitting about an hour and a half. Man, this is a fun stream. This one was fun.
I'm still waiting. I didn't get no clip, man. Yvette's and Ligma failed me. I ain't got no clips on Twitter.
I'll check Twitter notifications when we're done here. But I don't know if I was tagged in something, and I'm just getting a bunch of notifications of people being commenting on that tagged post. I hate those. I gotta turn those off. I appreciate. See, Yvette. See, you said don't. I shouldn't be naming myself or whatever. I already got Yvette saying on the King of Short Kings. So, I don't think the King of Short Kings should be like a 5'8" dude. I mean, he doesn't speak for the Short Kings. He doesn't speak for the shorter people.
Bro, not everybody could be a midget, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm not a midget. I don't classify.
Not everybody could be a dwarf.
I don't classify as a dwarf.
By like 1 or 2 inches, right? Isn't it like legally you're a dwarf if you're like shorter than 4'11"?
No, man. What are you talking about? Most of the Spanish females are 4'11". What are you talking about?
Bro, maybe down in Florida they ain't got short women like that. Hold up, bro. Let me.
Nah, they got some short. I lived in New York a couple of years. Okay.
What
class?
Height?
Well, dwarfism is an actual condition. It's not of your height. Yes. It's a condition.
Yeah, bro. If you're less than 4'10", you're like legally a dwarf.
Dwarfism is
you missed it
condition.
by 2 inches.
but I missed it. All right, I told you I always overcome adversity, and I always come out on top. Okay?
Oh, you were fighting in the womb, bro, to get that
Exactly.
extra gene
I
or
was
something.
fighting for those genes, bro. I was like, give me those. All right.
Eric says, "Do you think Kenny Gallagher gets his first touchdown as a child this year?"
Oh God.
The fact that that's a question,
the
Eric,
fact that it's a question,
I would hope so.
And it's a good question.
I would hope so.
It's
a good question. I will hope so. Listen, if he doesn't get his first touchdown as a Giant week 1, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not even joking. He needs to get it week 1, or I'm gonna be disappointed, bro.
Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know Kenny Galladay is getting $72 million, but I kind of root for KT to get those touchdowns, bro. I want him to thrive over Kenny Galladay. They both can thrive. They both can thrive.
I am not trying to have the same amount of touchdowns as Kenny Galladay, and I'm not getting paid $72 million. All right, I'm not trying to.
Listen. If Andrew Thomas gets another touchdown and Kenny Galladay or KT doesn't, I'm
listen.
I love Andrew Thomas. I love him.
Is the GOAT. Okay, let's keep it real.
I love him, but we're not paying Andrew Thomas to catch the football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Namar says, let's go New York Giants 18, Patriots 10. That is such a preseason score too. That is such a preseason score, and hopefully that's the case. And honestly, we can talk about this a little bit. I don't care if we lose or win. Honestly, you know why I hope we lose? Because every time this team goes 4-0 in the preseason, back then it was 4-0. Now it will be 3-0. Every time they go undefeated in the preseason, we suck.
1-2 or 2-1, bro.
Yes,
we 1 out of 2.
Yes. I'm not. If we go undefeated, it's a wrap this season in a bad way. Okay, I don't want to win all. It's a curse. It's a curse. You know how many teams? There's a stat out there about how many teams. Oh, the Detroit Lions, the winless Detroit Lions. They actually went undefeated in the preseason. That's freaking nuts. Okay, so that's a curse, bro. Don't go undefeated in the preseason. You're gonna have a bad season. So unless you're like the Chiefs and you got like ultra depth. So anyway, there's that, guys. All right, so that is a wrap. That is a podcast. Next week we're gonna be on Cush's channel for episode 99. 90 freaking 9, bro. Oh wow. Ryan says the 0-16 Browns went undefeated too in the preseason. That is crazy. See, it's real, man. It's freaking real. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. So, and tomorrow, guys, we're gonna be here. We're gonna have a watch party of the Giants Patriots game. If you guys are interested, you guys got nothing to do but watch the two random dudes on the internet call a football game. You guys make sure you tune in to us. And by the way, we'll be streaming the game. So I don't have cable anymore. I dropped them because I'm paying too much for nothing. So I'm gonna be streaming the game. So it'll be a little bit delayed. I know Kush does the same. So we'll be a little delayed, guys. We'll try to sync up as much as we can. We'll make sure we'll tell you guys where we're at. So if you guys want to pause your live TV, if you guys have a DVR, pause your live TV and kind of sync up with us. You guys can if you want to. Much appreciated. But we just ask, you don't spoil stuff in the chat. Well, actually, we don't really care because it's the preseason. I don't care. It's just a watch party. So that being said, guys, tune in for that. I'm dropping a video tonight. It's going to be uploaded in the next half hour. So if you guys want to tune in for that, much appreciated. So any final thoughts, Kush?
Just that definitely make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. And then I didn't get a chance to do a call-in show Tuesday night. So I'm going to be doing it Friday night, which actually kind of works out. We could use it as a reaction stream. Right. So if you're free, KB, definitely pull up. Yeah, I'll try to pop up. And then you guys could call in as well. And I am going to be over on KB's channel tomorrow. It's just going to be whenever I get home from work. So I'm not going to be there from the beginning. Yes, sir. So, yeah, you pop on whenever I'll send you the link. So, it feels so weird to say that now, bro. Whenever I get home from work. I got home from work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. We off this. See you guys later.